I'm not gonna do that. You get it? It's the Monster Hunter Switch. You can see I'm not gonna slam it on everything. I don't want to break anything. I'm a coward. What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Willie Westside here, and today I am unboxing all the cool stuff that I've picked up in the past month or so. I got a surprisingly good deal on all of this. All of this is brand new, and I got it for I think out of pocket I spent like less than $100. Granted, all I did was I sold some stuff, I traded some stuff into GameStop, and I used some Power Up rewards points that I've been saving. But all in all, I mean, in terms of like what left my bank account, less than $100 for all of this. So the only thing I'm missing right now is the Palamute amiibo from Monster Hunter Rise. Everything else came into GameStop. It was a little bit late, which sucks, but it's fine because of the rest of this, and I'll explain that later. But the only thing missing, the Palamute amiibo hasn't got in, which sucks. I really looking forward to it. I want the Palamute layered armored set that comes with it, but everything else I got because of it, so I'm not that upset. So we'll start simple. We're gonna start with the Cat Mario and Cat Peach amiibos, and then kind of go through everything in order. So these I actually picked up fairly recently. I got these when I got the Monster Hunter amiibos because there was a deal with GameStop. When the Monster Hunter amiibos came out, they were so late that you got a discount of $5 on any amiibo purchases. And with me getting 3, I could get a free amiibo. I'm not a box collector, by the way, so that's why I'm peeling off the back of this. So I got a free amiibo, and I chose Cat Mario, and I was thinking, I don't have Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury yet, but I'm definitely going to get it. I've kind of become a very big 3D Mario fan recently, and so I'm definitely going to get it. So I realized that if I was going to get Cat Mario, I wanted Cat Peach as well, and I really love the detail on these amiibos. It's really cool. They've got like a weird texture to them. It feels like I don't think literally anyone in the world has had Peep cereal aside from me. But if you've had Peep cereal, it's got that texture on it. Also, I think there's a form of like Starburst jelly beans. It's got that like texture to it. You really have to know like these obscure things, but it's really cool. The tile set on the bottom is interesting. It reminds me a lot of like the Mushroom Kingdom Castle tile set. I don't know if it shows, as opposed to like the Smash one, which I think is always like a yellow and black, or yellow and or like gold and like a slightly darker gold. So it's interesting because most of my amiibos I have are all of the Smash variety. I've got a couple Zelda ones, but it's pretty much all Smash. So opening up Cat Peach, I definitely, I'll be honest with you, right now I have a cat. Her name is Roomba. She's adorable. I don't necessarily get the cat aesthetic of 3D World and Bowser's Fury, but it's cool to have. I think, Mario looks neat. I think the Cat Peach looks a little weird. I don't know what about it is so weird to me. I don't know if it's like the posture or something. Maybe it's the juxtaposition of Peach's face and earrings and hair against the cat suit, where Mario is a lot more, contained. There's just something, off about it. But either way, they're really high quality, as you'd expect from Nintendo. I don't necessarily know they need to be amiibos, but, I'm glad to have them. I think they're going to be a great piece. Moving on to the Smash series, I actually could not pre-order these guys when they first came out. Luckily, I have a friend who works at GameStop, and he was able to hook me up with these 3 when they got them in. They got in a couple extras. We'll start with Terry, because he's my least favorite. I also think he came out first chronologically. I don't even have Terry's DLC, and I wasn't going to pick him up, but I heard he's pretty rare nowadays. And I thought, if, there's a chance I might get into Fatal Fury, there's a chance when I eventually get Terry for the game, I'll really like him, and I'll want to, I'll use him and stuff like that. So I figured, why not? If he's the rare one, makes sense. So I know a lot of people, this is one of the common misprints out of the box. A lot of people have him either off his podium or he's not grabbing his hat. So an already rare amiibo has a pretty standard, mess up, I don't know what you'd call it, error in circulation. I think it's going to be pretty valuable later on, so I'm glad I have it. Obviously, I just devalued a lot of it by taking it out of the box, but if you have it in the box, you can't use it, which is a little bit dumb. But I really like it. There's a texture on his jeans. I don't know if you can tell, but you can like kind of drag your fingernail across, and there you can feel it. So it does feel a little bit like denim, which is neat. He does have kind of a really cool pose, I think. I like it a lot, like the traditional challenge pose. It reminds me a little bit of JoJo. I don't know why it reminds me of JoJo, but it does. I really, really, really enjoy it. Next up, we have Banjo and Kazooie. Now, I've never played the original Banjo Kazooie. I didn't start collecting or start playing video games really at all until the release of the GameCube. So I missed Banjo Kazooie. I didn't even know about it until I was in high school, because it completely missed like my demographic region, my age group, but it is a really great 3D platformer. I do want to go back and play it. It's such an iconic staple in gaming memorabilia. Obviously, I don't have much love for the Nintendo 64 because I never played one, but I really, really, really do enjoy the fact that they finally made it into Smash, that this iconic character got representation and got remembered years after their last main series entry, which, you know, obviously that should happen as well. I'm really hoping that Microsoft with the new focus on software does utilize Rare a little bit and kind of let them stretch their wings and make a 3D platformer, since we are seeing kind of a renaissance of those. We'll see if that ends up happening, but fingers crossed. So there's really cool detail, and kind of speaking to something I mentioned earlier to kind of explain how I got all this for so cheap, relatively. I came to a realization in my collecting, and I eventually do want to show off my entire collection. I don't have the ability right now. But I came to the realization that I only really want to collect for systems I'm passionate about. So, kind of in order, that would be the GameCube, the Xbox 360, to some degree the PS3, though only like a handful of exclusives. The Wii, not so much the Wii U. There are a couple of exclusives I do want, although most of them are on Switch now, so I guess not really. Maybe the original Super Mario Maker? I guess I don't really need a Wii U. I also want the PS4 is huge, and the Nintendo Switch is by far my favorite platform to collect for. I love the Nintendo Switch. The only problem is that right now all the games are $60 brand new, so I cannot wait until whatever new iteration comes out and I can get Switch games at a bit of a discount. Looking forward to that day. But the Banjo amiibo itself, I mean, it is beautifully well done. The iconic puzzle piece of Banjo and Kazooie is present, which I think is a great touch. Banjo's pose is fantastic. Kazooie on the back, spreading her wings, looks amazing. There's small details, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but like their fingernails are painted black, which is really interesting. They did give what I'm going to guess are either freckles or whiskers to Banjo's nose, which I think is really smooth. The shorts are done well. The painting, obviously, it's Nintendo quality. You expect these things. Kazooie's got a really good print on her eyes, and so does Banjo. It just, all in all, it's a very, very, very cool piece. Even for someone who's kind of disconnected from that iteration, that genre, Banjo to me will, I guess, kind of be like a Smash character, as weird as that is. That's my only familiarity and my only interaction with them. So this is cool to me, and I cannot imagine the sentimentality and the wonder this would bring someone who grew up with him. So last but not least, we have Byleth. Now, I know people weren't excited for Byleth. He was my second most anticipated character for the Smash DLC Pack 1. The first, obviously, was Joker. I by far and away, that's the only reason why I bought Smash Brothers, which is weird to say because now I play it all the time. But yeah, Joker was the only reason I got Smash. Byleth, I loved from Fire Emblem Three Houses. I guess not so much the character as much as I loved the game. But to me, I really wanted representation from that series in Smash. I know a lot of veterans aren't as happy because there's such a high prevalence of sword fighter characters, such a high prevalence of Fire Emblem characters. Really, they probably could have done well by including someone like Edelgard. I think that would have probably maybe been a better sell. She's a little more unique. Obviously, using that giant that war axe would have given her a little bit of differentiation, but Byleth having access to all the legendary relics, I think, is also a really cool touch. I'm blanking on the name of his sword. It looks so cool, though. It'll come to me later, and I'm going to be so upset because it's not in the video, but I'm not going to even try right now. Sort of Ruin, is that anything? I don't think it is. I think that's wrong. I look really dumb. We'll move on. Obviously, this is semester 1 Byleth, or the first half of the game Byleth. I think there's only 2 semesters, and they're like 7 years apart. Whatever. You can tell by his hair color. There is such beautiful detail on everything. The dagger he keeps on his robe is there. It's present. It's wonderful. Obviously, the trim on his robes are there. You can tell that there's I'm gonna guess this is a battle scene. A lot of times he'll start like on a hill where there's a lot of huge breeze, and as you can see, the flames are blowing back. So are his robes in the same direction, which I think is a really good touch. It's a small detail. Literally no one would care, but I think it works. The robe right here going so far back, perhaps even blown away by the Sword of Creation. I don't feel like that's it. Maybe it's it. I feel like that one's closer than Sword of Ruin. Sword of Creation? I don't know. Anyways, it looks really good. I am enamored with the fact that this got released. I'm so happy. I would love to see more Fire Emblem amiibo come out. I was kind of hoping Three Houses would get some amiibo support for Dimitri, Edelgard, and what's his face, whose name I forget, Claude. I really wish they'd gotten representation, but all in all, I'm very thrilled with this. So I think that looks really smooth. Looked like really, really cool. So now we move on to what was, and probably is, my most anticipated game of the year, which is Monster Hunter Rise. So the first thing that came in was my collector's edition. Spoiler alert, I have already opened this. I have already played Monster Hunter Rise, and actually one of the ways I was able to afford the Switch was I sold the physical copy of this game that is included. Just the cartridge. I kept the case because I want the case. But I sold that to someone to help fund the Monster Hunter Switch, which of course comes with a download code. I also got rid of, if you watched the last episode, you know the dock and the white Switch? I sold that. Not the LED Joy-Cons, but another pair of Joy-Cons I had. So that's gone now. But it does come with a set of postcards and stickers. Eventually, I will open these and peruse. I'm just not all that interested in these. The real reason I love this is, one, the big box format it comes in. I think I love that aesthetic about collector's editions. I adore it. So the stickers, not really my speed. They're more of Josie's. I'll never use them. I like to keep my collector's editions intact. I like to go through them, kind of like an archaeologist going through ruins, but I don't like to waste any part of it. That's why I kept the original case for it, even though I don't have the physical cartridge. Obviously, it comes with the Magna Malo amiibo. Now, this one will not get opened by me. It will stay sealed. I don't usually do the keep one sealed, keep one opened. I think that's dumb. But the reason is, without it, this collector's edition looks like ass. There's like a plastic cutout to show off the Magna Malo amiibo, but then it's just a thin piece of white cardboard. It does not look very good. It also comes with this Monster Hunter Rise pen, which looks okay. It's nothing crazy. It's fine. It's not a huge thing. I think this might be a pretty low value collector's edition if you're going in terms of price, because what it comes with is the digital deluxe version of the game, which is $70, a $25 amiibo, and then the other $5 to bring it up to $100 total is this pen and this sticker set in this box, which, I mean, I guess isn't the worst deal, but if I may rant, the digital edition of Monster Hunter sucks. It's $10 for a couple layered armor sets that are honestly just okay. I mean, I use them, I kind of mix and match with a couple other things, and I like the aesthetic, but all in all, this is not worth the price, this extra $10. I don't know why they sold it as a deluxe edition. I don't know why it wasn't just free for like a pre-order bonus. It was kind of weird. Let's see if I can find the case. I thought it was in here. So this is the case. It is, as you can see, the deluxe edition did come with everything. If you open it up, there's a DLC pack there. It's been redeemed, unfortunately, and I don't have the card because I sold it. Yeah, I mean, I don't get why this exists. It's the standard game with what I would consider to be maybe 99-cent DLC. Much less $10. That's just not much bang for your buck. But it is what it is. I think a lot of people pre-ordered the deluxe edition and realized that they didn't get anything. I haven't heard anybody complain about it, but that doesn't mean they haven't. I just haven't heard it. I would if I got it. But I'm glad I got this. One of my friends was really trying to snag the collector's edition. He wasn't able to, and I felt really bad. But I happen to know a guy that could hook me up, and I took advantage of that. So there's the collector's edition unboxing. Now let's go to the amiibo. I don't know if any of that is on frame, actually, or in frame. I have no idea. I hope it is. But I am currently recording with a Google Pixel 5, so I can't see. So here are the two amiibo I was able to get. Once again, I was not able to get the Palamute. I am upset, but I'm cool. I'm totally cool. I have yelled enough. So what we do have is the Palico, which is really cute, and of course the Magnamalo. This is the absolute feature monster of this game. I have not fought him yet. I'm barely involved. I think I just reached rank 2, which is pretty abysmal for me. I'm having a lot of fun. I feel like because I'm doing such low rank stuff, even with kind of my low rank equipment, I'm a little too good for this early in the game. I'm really excited to get into high rank quests though, and I know the low rank stuff is pretty quick, so I'm excited to get past that and into like the meat of the game. But I am having a blast. This is by far my favorite Monster Hunter game. So opening this up, we'll kind of crack into this bad boy. It feels bad to do it because I know these are super rare. I know people are upset about like unboxing them, but I want them out of box. I prefer them out of box. So, this feels both bad and also great at the same time. This Magnamalo looks amazing. The detail, the flame detail they put on him, I think is wonderful. Compared to, like, say, Byleth, for example, I think this purple flame look is much better than, like, a traditional orange. It reminds me a lot of Joker, actually, who I'm looking at off camera, and his kind of blue flame, but this is wonderful. The base set, which I don't even think I can show on camera, really, I don't know if you can see, I don't think there's a way I can angle this so you can see it, but it's actually like a deep purple, which is just mind-blowing. This amiibo is so heavy, too. Like, it's a solid pounder, too. It is a chunky boy, but if you look, I mean, that is just a beautiful, absolutely beautiful amiibo. This might be, I'm trying to think, this might be my favorite amiibo, honestly. It comes down to this, Joker, or Ivysaur, I think. And the other two are more so the characters and the amiibo themselves. Looking at all like my collection behind me, or behind the camera, I think Ivysaur looks really good. Joker looks pretty solid. Mifa is good. I think this might be the most beautiful amiibo I've got. I think I have to stick to that. Yeah, I think I'll commit to that. This is the most beautiful amiibo I have. There's even, they did the underbelly properly, which is just so impressive. I cannot believe they made this into an amiibo. That is just amazing. It's not even cartoonish. Like, it looks like straight out of the game. They didn't do it for like the Monster Hunter Stories look. This is just, wow. This is so cool. Gosh, I am geeking out about this. That is awesome. I'll put that right there. I don't know if it's got covered up by Byleth. I'll kind of scoot him over. And we'll put this big boy right there. I don't even know if that's on camera. I'm just so excited right now. And then, of course, the Palico. Palicos are a staple in Monster Hunter. They're so cute. The making food cutscene in this game, I've only gotten the first one. I don't know if there's extras. I know in World they changed. But in this one, it is the cutest thing I have ever seen. I showed it to my fiance, and she was like, I don't know what I just saw, but it was adorable. And that's kind of how I felt. So the Palico amiibo, right here, it is super cute. It's doing this kind of like, I don't want to say ninja stance, but like it's in a fighting pose that I'm not really familiar with it. I don't think it's in-game whatsoever. If it is, I might be dumb, but it's got this really cool like katana attachment. It's really well done. If you were going to make a Palico amiibo from this game, I feel like this is the not necessarily the route that I would go, but it's very high quality. I think what I would have preferred would have been something a little less dynamic, a little more stagnant. You know, go for something. Palicos are kind of the cute comic relief, and I don't think you get that from this dynamic pose. Granted, they are helpful in battle. They're a support character you can bring with you all the time. They do small things that are beneficial. Mine currently fights by throwing giant-ass bombs at monsters, but they're not, like, the most useful. Not compared to the Palamute. So I think going for this, like, you know, at the ready, almost like a sprinter's stance, Not quite the vibe I would have gone for, but it's cute. I like it a lot. I'm a huge fan of the detail they put in this. I mean, the seams are done different colors than the rest of the art. So, like, the most prominent, I think, is up on the top of his cowl, where you can see, like, the red sewing. But on the bottom here, there's even, like, a good shadow work done at, like, the very base of his costume. And I think that is the detail on here is just amazing. I know I'm going to stare at these things in like a long form for several hours later, just analyzing every last little thing they've done, because, you know, compared to how simplistic amiibos were when, you know, they first came out, these are just incredible. The detail work is there. Obviously, each of these are 1,000 times more detailed than like the basic Mario. I mean, even Cat Mario doing the traditional Mario jump stance is insanely different. The texture, the colors, everything is so vibrant. Mario is simplistic by nature, that is intentional to be a good mascot, but everything is amazing, and I am just geeking out about all this. This is so cool. However, the absolute coolest thing in the world is my first ever brand new collector's edition Switch. This is the Monster Hunter Rise Switch, and I have fallen in love. I think of all the collector's edition Switches, this might be the most, I don't know, basic? Is that, I don't know if I'd quite say basic. I think the main issue, honestly, is the Joy-Cons, because I think the dock and the back of the Switch are great. I think the Joy-Cons sticking to the gray theme and adding a color, not the move. What I would have done would have been to capitalize on the gold right here, and did like a dark gold plastic with some gray, or capitalize on the white, which is on the back of the console. You can kind of see right here, and I'll open it up in a little bit. And done Joy-Cons of that color to give it kind of a unique flair. Right now, it does kind of feel like you took the base gray Switch and added some decals to the Joy-Cons, but all in all, I am thrilled. This is by far, this is one of the coolest things I have in my collection. It is still my second favorite Switch behind the Persona Switch, but I mean, it's so cool. So opening it up, I'll kind of show off. This obviously already has been opened. I have been using it to play the game. Like I mentioned, I sold my physical cartridge, and I used the download code on here to play it. I hate that I had to use the download code from here, because it would have been really cool to just keep everything pristine. God, this is so cool. It's kind of weird, because this is my favorite thing that I've bought. My Persona Switch I made, and it will always have like the sentimental, like amazing thing. It is a V2 Switch, so it obviously runs very well. But this, like, to be able to buy this, I don't know, it's so cool. It's one of the coolest things. So I am in love with it, So I did pack everything back up to do, like, an actual unboxing here. Like I did with the collector's edition stuff. That was much easier, because I keep everything in the collector's edition box. So opening it up, the first thing you're greeted with are the two Joy-Cons and the Switch tablet. Not crazy, we kind of knew that. And I'll bring everything out and show it off to give the proper unboxing. So we'll set this down for now and show off the Switch. So the Switch is by far, I think, the highlight. Whoop, sorry, Mega Mellow. It's okay. So I think this is the highlight of everything. The dock is probably the second best part, but I think the work on the Switch, first off, most of the time Switch backplates don't have, like, this kind of detailing. It's usually just black embossments with splashes of color. The Pokemon Switch, if I'm not mistaken, it's all homogeneous in color. So I think this backplate is actually one of the better ones they've done for collector's editions. It does, of course, have kind of the flame embossments in all black, which probably aren't picking up on camera. I apologize for that. The white symbol right here matches one of the most iconic armor sets of this game, or layered armor, where you have these two tails coming off the back of your head. I think it is supposed to feel like this is the Monster Hunter. So I love that a lot. I'm a huge fan. The Joy-Cons, of course, I've talked about, they're a little more basic. The one thing that is nice is that with all the mods I do, each of the Joy-Cons come with this, what they call soft touch plastic, which is good. I love it a lot, but I do like having the contrast of like the Nintendo branded plastic. It's not more premium or anything, it's just different. Also, the shoulder buttons on modded Joy-Cons are not as clicky as these are. Aside from that, everything's the same. So putting these on, I mean, this is a beautiful unit. When you look at the back, I think it shows more than anything that it really could have benefited from either white or gold Joy-Cons, like a dark gold, like a rustic gold. I think really would have looked absolutely swimming. They did do some work on the back though, so I can't complain about that. The detail work in this is amazing. On the front, of course, you do have the different symbols from the game, like a sakura petal looks like on a like a couple different pendant flags. You get the directional pad from the game just to give it kind of like this old compass feel. Same thing right here. And I am not sure. This could be one of those things where like I've convinced myself something is true, even though it's not. But on the home screen, the Switch responds to the button presses of the trigger and the shoulder button, and it sounds different than what I expected, almost like it's custom for this Switch. Once again, it could be entirely just me overthinking, overanalyzing this. Take that with a grain of salt. It could be very much not true. But I like it a lot. I think it's really cool. And the good thing is it still works with the LED Joy-Cons because on the front it's still got that absolute black, which is going to look just amazing. And then on the back, even with the white Joy-Cons, it's still going to look really good. So that's cool. So going further for our treasure dive, there's not a ton in here that is unique. The paperwork is pretty small this time around. You just get the download code for the game. I've used it already. And then you get the like health and safety manual. I think there's a startup guide in here as well, potentially. But I mean, and of course you get your Joy-Con straps. I never use these. I'm keeping them in here. I might get a custom set of Joy-Con straps at some point. Either a gold or a white pair. I think it just look better. And then I'll replace this metal inlay pass through. I'll put in the custom pair. It's not much work, but I think it'll make it look nicer if I ever use them. You do get the Joy-Con grip. Now, unfortunately, it is just a basic Joy-Con grip. I would have loved something different with this, like what they did with the Mario Edition Switch. I wasn't thrilled with the Mario Edition Switch. I think, for being the second front plate mod, it was lame. They just didn't do enough with it. But this, I wish was a little bit different. I actually sold my Legend of Zelda Joy-Con grip, which is fine because I never used the Joy-Con grip either. But gosh, this is one of the coolest pieces I own. I'm in love with this thing. This side was just cords. I left those plugged in, so I'm sorry you're not gonna get the full unboxing experience, I guess, because the cords are plugged in. But then we'll get to the dock, which is really cool. Definitely my second favorite part of this. So the dock. Let's talk the dock. So the dock does bring out the gold aspect, which I think is really smart. On the Switch itself, and I'll show this off, there's very little gold showing. It's only the directional pad, the up, down, left, and right on each stick. So when you're playing it or you're using it like this, you can't really see. However, when the Switch is on the dock, it brings out that small gold color and it just pops. It's so cool. So taking it out of its sleeve, this is the dock, and you can see the cascade of flames coming off of Magnamalo. I'm trying to think of the right word for it. As Magnamalo is encroaching, there's a sense of presence on the Switch. As soon as you stop and look at it, there's an impending sense of doom coming on that is just absolutely so cool. I love it so much. I know you get to fight the first version of Magnamalo fairly early, only about, I think you go up to high rank 20% of the way in the game, so it's pretty quick. But I just love this encroaching figure coming on, and when I said it looks great with the Switch in it, so this is the Switch dock, and then here is the Switch. Once again, I am kind of limited based on what the camera can pick up, but in person, the Joy-Cons just, it's almost like they glow in addition to the Switch. It is just a beautiful piece. So I am very, very happy right now. I did not think I was going to be able to get this thing. It actually only ended up costing me about $20. I've been selling off and trading in a lot of games I don't have a close affinity for. A lot of consoles and things that I don't have a close affinity for. I actually paid for a new computer I sold a Vita and I sold an Xbox. I still have my Persona Vita somewhere over here. But just things I kind of had either duplicates of, or like for Xbox Ones, I'm never going to play it. There's no need. If I want to play Xbox One games, I'll get an Xbox Series. If I want to play Xbox 360 games, I'll play my Xbox 360. There's no point in having an Xbox One. It just takes up space in my house, so I don't need it. So I've been selling off and getting rid of things I don't care about. For Switch games, I am a little bit more recalcitrant to trade those in. I know one of the things that helps me is that a lot of Switch games will go down in value when the new iteration comes out, and I can collect them again. I like this hit the Switch is very like collectible for me. There are a couple that I kept the case of that I'm missing. I'm going to eventually enter everything in the Game Eye app so that I can keep track of what I have and what I don't. But I absolutely adore Switch collecting. It is by far my favorite thing to collect for. And I, as you can tell, everything here is Switch related. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. As cool as it is for me to record a video and to show you and you guys to watch, getting to unbox all this, I know I don't seem like the most hype that I've ever seemed, but like, oh my gosh, this is such a good day. It's like Christmas, but not. If you like this video, please do hit that like button down below. It really helps me know kind of what content is doing well, what content is not. If you, honestly, if you played Monster Hunter Rise, let me know your thoughts, because it is very different from Monster Hunter World in several ways. It's a lot more tight. The action is a lot more focused on kind of aerial combat as well as dynamic movement, where World was a lot more focused on kind of the nitty-gritty. It brought out in Monster Hunter what I think was a lot more of the traditional style of gameplay, where Rise is a lot more unique. I love the unique combat in Rise. The wire bugs are very fun to play around with. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the monster conquering mechanic, where in terms of a turf war, you can take over a monster and ride them. I'm still feeling that one out. It's fun. I'm just not sure how I'm going to like it in late game. But either way, let me know your thoughts, because I'm really interested to hear how this one's doing in terms of like the player base. And like we always say here, I hope to see you around sometime.